Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about the plant life cycle in chapter 2, lesson 1, pages 70 and 71. As you see here, you can see a bean seed. Now we are going to watch how could this bean seed grow into a new plant. First of all, a small root is growing down in the soil. Then small roots grow, and then a small stem pushes up and grow, and then small leaves, and these small leaves are growing bigger. Then you can see more leaves grow, and then they are growing bigger. At the same time, you can see that also the roots are growing. Here you can see that the roots are growing longer and also more roots grow. And after about 25 days, we are going to have here this small plant that is called seedling. So here we watched the bean life cycle. What part of plant makes a new plant? As we watched before, the new plant grows from the seed. A seed is a plant structure that grows into a new plant. So a seed is the part that grows into a new plant. Today we are going to watch how could this seed grow into a new plant. Seeds come in different shapes and sizes. Let's see some kinds of seeds. Some seeds can be eaten, like the ones in this picture. As you see, they come in different shapes, sizes, and even color. Some examples like the peas, the corn, and the nuts. As we said, these kinds can be eaten. Other kinds of seeds cannot. As we said, seeds come in different sizes. Some are big, some are tiny. Big ones like the lima beans, and the tiny ones like the poppy seeds. But even the seeds are different in shapes, colors, and sizes, but they still do the same job. All the seeds make new plants. So they have the same function, the same job, make a new plant. So the seeds make new plants. Let's see what is inside the seed. If you cut, this is a bean seed. If you cut it, you're gonna see that it holds a young plant which is ready to grow. This is here the young plant. It's a tiny plant. It's called an embryo. Embryo. So the seed holds a young plant that is ready to grow. This young plant is called embryo. An embryo is a young plant inside the seed. Let's see the parts of the seed. You can see here this brown covering that surrounds the seed. It's called the covering. And here there is the stored food. And here the embryo, the young plant. These parts are very important. As we said, the embryo is going to grow into a new plant. So this embryo needs a protection from the covering. So the tough covering protects the embryo. And as you see, the embryo is a tiny plant inside the seed. It could not make its own food, so it needs food to grow. From where it's going to get the food? Yes, from the stored food. So the stored food, the embryo uses the food to grow. What do seeds need to grow? Let's see. First of all, the seeds need soil to plant. We need to plant the seeds in the soil. And sure, the seed needs water, and also it needs the right temperature. What does this mean? As you know, different kinds of plants grow in different places. Some grow in hot places, others grow in cold places. The plants that grow in cold places, they need low temperature so the seeds can grow. And the ones that grow in hot places, they need high temperature so the seeds can grow. So, for example, if you have the cactus, it could not grow in a low temperature. It needs high temperature. So each kind of seed needs the right temperature to grow. Also, the seeds need nutrients. As you remember, the nutrients are very important for the plants to grow and stay healthy. So these four needs are very important for the seeds so they can grow. If one of these needs is not exist, the seed is not going to grow. So when the seed gets all its needs, it begins to grow. It can wait for months or years until conditions are right. Now, after the plant or after the seed gets its needs, it's going to grow, as you see in this video. First the roots, then the stem, and then the leaves. Let's see how could the roots grow. First of all, you can see this covering, the brown covering, and you can see a tiny plant is growing out of this covering. How could this tiny plant grows out of the covering? As we said, after we plant the seed, it needs water. When you water the seed soaks up water. Soaks up, it means absorb the water, takes the water. When the seed takes the water, it will swell up. It will swell up and then it breaks through the covering. So the seed soaks up water, then it swells up and breaks through its covering. Swell up, what does it mean? Like if you blow a balloon with the air, it's going to swell up. Also here, when the seed gets water, it will swell up. It will be full of water. And then it could break the covering, and then the tiny plant grows out of this covering. Let's see now from seed to a plant. The first stage that you have to plant the seed. A seed is planted in the soil. After that, after the seed gets all its needs, it's going to grow, or we can say it begins to, or it germinates. How does it germinate? The first part that grows is the root. So the seed germinates. Germinates means begins to grow. How it germinates? By that the roots start growing down into the soil. After that, as you see, the roots grow longer, and then a small stem pushes up out of the ground. So first the roots grow, then a small stem grows. After that, the leaves began to grow. And when a plant has small roots, small stem, and small leaves, we call it a seedling. The plant grows leaves, so it becomes a seedling. Seedling means a small plant. And once the plant grows leaves, it could now start to make its own food. If you remember, we said that the plants make their own foods through their leaves. So once the seedling gets the leaves, it's going to start to make its own food. After that, the seedling keeps growing more. More leaves grow and the leaves are growing bigger. The stem is growing longer and bigger, and also the roots will grow longer and more roots are growing. After that, the seedling grows into adult plant. Adult plant. In time, the plant grows into an adult plant. And this adult plant now, it could reproduce and make new seeds. So the seedling is the small plant. It could not reproduce, but once it becomes adult plant, it can reproduce. So let's repeat quickly the plant life cycle. First of all, planted seed, and then it germinates and becomes seedling. The seedling grows more and becomes adult plant, and the adult plant can reproduce, and after time this adult plant might die. The plant dies. Let's solve the quick check in page 71. Sequence. What happens to a seed after it germinates? What did we say? The seed germinates, then becomes, yes, very good, seedling, and then the seedling grows more and becomes, yes, adult plant. So it grows into seedling and then into an adult plant. Critical thinking. What might happen to a seed after it does not get enough water? What do you think? Could this seed grows with little bit of water? Maybe it could not. Or maybe it's going to grow. So the seed might not germinate. It might germinate, but dry out or grow slowly. Thank you for your listening.